Hello. Okay, there we go. OBS decided to lag out this morning. Gotcha. All right, so we are back. We are changing airline companies again. To be honest, Aegean, I'm not really fond of flying in and out of Greece all the time, and it's away from mainstay Europe. And now we're going from the probably like the furthest southeastern corner of Europe to probably the far northern side of Europe. We are going to go with Scandinavian. They came back, they gave me an offer and everything. Out of the 5 that I chose here. And to be fair, 5-star, 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 4-star. It makes sense, the reason why I got it. Grant, I'm going to be taking just a slight pay hit to go with them, but I would rather be with them anyways. And there's one reason for that. Grant, it's like a full dollar pay bump. Yeah, it's one full dollar. The thing is that I'm getting ready to buy the 738 license. The other thing is that I'm nearing my next pilot rank of first officer. And normally when that happens, you do automatically get a pay increase. So if I can basically 100% these flights, these upcoming flights and everything, or get as close to 100% as possible, I should be able to get a big pay bump instead of the dollar cut, per se. I mean, like I said, right now I'm flying for a 4-star and they're just giving me a dollar less than a 3. Thing is, I can go into more places with Scandinavian. A lot more. So we're going to go into the shop here. We're going to get our aircraft license for the 737. I was hoping by this time that either FSS or FSFO came out with a new build for one for the aircraft and one for the co-pilot. I was kind of hoping that they would come out with their co-pilot for the CRJs, because with me being with Scandinavian, they do primarily fly the Neo and the CRJ. I believe it's the CRJ 9. And if I have the co-pilot function, I would, honestly, me personally, I would rather have the CRJ license, because then it only puts me out of range by 2K again, or not even 2K, about maybe like a K and a half from getting the 737 later on down the line. And maybe even by then, the E-Jet family could be out. Get that. Ultimately, I was kind of hoping for this to be released as well, but it isn't. Let me show you. Just realized it wasn't on the screen. I'm waiting for the fly-by-wire A380. Just a little tidbit for you guys. When the AnyBuilds A320 comes out, I'm more likely going to be flying that one instead of the fly-by-wire. I'm probably uninstall the fly-by-wire A320 Neo and just go with the game's default AnyBuild version. Because from what I've seen in preview videos from a whole host, including A330 driver, That plane does look somewhat similar to the build quality of the A300. So I'll basically probably do one fight before I actually uninstall the fly-by-wire. I'll probably do one or two flights in the NE build and see how it is. Because I think that's coming out in the next couple of days. Also, I'm going to be running Traffic Injector. FS HUD actually did an update, and I want to look into it. Of course, you see Say Intentions on here. I have Say Intentions, Beyond ATC, and FS HUD. I'm not sure which one I'm ultimately going to go with yet. I think it depends on of the two quote unquote voice AI programs. For me, it's whoever can get to the traffic injection first. For me. Once said traffic injection can get into either one of the two, and the ATC is controlling it, like FS HUD does, then ultimately I'm going to probably grant I love FS HUD to death. You guys have been great to me. But ultimately, I'm going to probably shed that as well. I'm going to probably shed the A320. And whoever gets to traffic injection first, we'll hope that it is actually Beyond ATC, but I think it's going to be Say Intentions first, to be honest. And the main reason why I say that is, although I believe when Beyond ATC was released, they already had the initial phase done, and I believe it's in closed beta testing. I'm not 100% certain on that. Don't quote me on it. It's just a speculation guess that they have at least half of it done, and after them squashing as many bugs as they are hopefully working on it, or they have like a little small dedicated team to it of developers. So I'm really hoping for Beyond ATC to come out with Traffic AI first. That way, then I don't have to have a subscription to Say Intentions. I'll just use Beyond ATC. Full-heartedly back and full up. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and purchase the license for the 737. My cat is chattering. What you see out there, Maya? Something that you can't get. So now we have the A310, A320, and Boeing 737 licenses. All right, cool. We are good to go here to this job. We are going to sign on with them. We are going to do the flight targeted. Or the flight hour or hours target. The main reason why I've been asked in DMs and stuff online about the way how I do things. Basically, a lot of people say like, well, why don't you do the worry free? Okay, the thing is that when you're starting off in this game, or not in this game, but in the simulation as under A Pilot's Life Chapter 2, you want to go for one of the two targets early on in your career. Because ultimately what you want to do, so like for me, I have, going here to the licensing. All right, so I have the A3 330 series. I might have the 340 here soon. I might buy this from Latin VFR. Any Builds is making an A350, but more likely going to be out for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. We all know the fly-by-wire is making the A380, even though there's one already out, but it's complete trash. Then you have to get a 737 license if you have any of the PMDG stuff. 747 if you want to fly the 8i. I think it's Bluebird Simulation that's making the 757. We got the Captain Scam 767, which I refuse to fly. As we all know, we're waiting on the 777. We know it's probably within like a month or two. More likely, I think they're going to announce the 2-week release date once Sim Update 15 hits, in all honesty. I think that's what they're waiting for, because I think a lot of their 777 physics work in Sim Update 15 with the ground physics and everything, and it's all modeled in. Plus whatever extra little features they're including into Sim Update 15. So I think that's what's going on with the 777. That's my take on it anyways. And then I also have the 7.8s. I have the 7.8, I think it's the 900 from, it's either the 800 or the 900 from Horizon. And then, of course, the default 7.8, 710. I also do have this ATRs, which I think Scandinavian flies as well. So this might be the next pickup I get. Let's see here. Yeah, Scandinavian. I might get an ATR. I don't know. I probably need help from Flight Simulator First Officer V5. Because I really do not know how to start up an ATR. Same goes with the CRJ. I really don't know how to start this up either. Or I can start them up, I just don't know how to... How can I put it? I think how to put in the info into the FMS for the CRJ, Aerosoft CRJ. And like I said, I'm waiting on FSS. I really like where they're at right now. Honestly, we need FMS and VNAV speeds. Once we can get some kind of vertical guidance, I think we're going to be okay. And to me, if I'm flying the Embraer, I'm more likely going to use FS HUD because they do speed control. And I believe Scandinavian also flies them as well. Yeah, they fly them as well. And I might have the MD-11. The only I'm basically not getting the pre-order version. I don't want failure simulation or anything of that nature. I just want to fly. I'm a casual to intermediate simmer. I do not want to deal with any kind of faults of the aircraft or anything. I just want to fly from point A to point B with good ATC and good traffic. I mean, that's basically what I'm trying to build my simulation career around. So with that being said, I'm waiting for this to release. That way I can pay $65 or $70, whatever it is, just for the cargo variant. Because that's all I want is the MD-11 cargo variant. That's it. And this plane does go a very long way. I mean, I could find the MD-80s. But there ain't many of these around anymore. And then I have to come in here and buy the other license because of one plane. And no, it's not general aviation stuff. It's actually this right here, the SU-95. Which I believe most of them are Japanese related. So, but I really don't need to get this until close to the very end. Basically, order of importance right now for me, and the way I look at it, is going to be number one. More likely the CRJ, because I'll be honest, probably the FSFO is going to be updated first before anything else gets released. In my opinion. Then number two is going to be the 777. Because that's the next plane that I'm expecting to release. 3 and 4 are kind of interchangeable. It depends on what I want to do and where I want to go. And it depends on what is currently out. Actually, 3, 4, and 5 are all interchangeable. It just depends on release, to be honest, of a couple of aircrafts. And the 3 that are is the E-Jets, the A380, and the MD-11. So that's my hold up on in the middle there. Regardless, number 6 is definitely the 787. The only way that goes up the list is if I get a offer from All Nippon, which, as you see, I was trying to do. If I get an offer from All Nippon, then that 787 goes dramatically up the list because I want to do long hauls with All Nippon. Can't blame me for that. Number 7 is probably the ATR. And the reason why this is just down the list is because I don't know when Matt, the designer of FSFO, is going to get to the CRJ and or the community poll, which we all voted for ARTs, pretty much. So, if that comes out almost like immediately after the CRJs, then that's immediately a number 2, and everything just gets bumped down 1 in my book. Yeah, and then it's number 8 would be the A340. Because I'm in no real rush to get Latin VFR. I want them to iron out all the bugs that they can. Number 9, probably the 747. And number 10, if it does release, actually, I'm missing an A380 or A330 in here. Not many airlines fly the A330. So if I do come across one that does fly the A330 for long hauls and stuff, then I'll move that up the list as well. Number 11, I'll probably say would be the what? Probably Bluebird Simulation if it ever comes out, the 757. And then 12, more than likely, like I said, for Microsoft Flight Simulator 24, probably the Airbus A350. So I'm looking to get 12 aircraft. So basically, what I need to happen. And also, guys, if you get this error in the aircraft licensing or anywhere in the app, do not hit details, do not hit quit, just hit continue. It's a bug that's being worked on. And then others will come at the very end of that as like number 13 on the list, but I highly doubt it at that point in time. That's what we're looking for. So, did I already take my job at Scandinavia? No, I didn't. So let's sign this. That's the reason why I go for one of these 2 targets. I would do the 10 flights if one, the CRJ was ready. And as far as First Officer version 5. Or if the E-Jets were fully ready with FMS and VNAV speeds. But with me running pretty much their medium haulers, I guess we can say, the 737 and the, what is it, the A320. Yeah, I just do flight hours because I'm not sure how long my flights are going to be. I don't know if they have a bunch of short flights or not under that route. If I see that they do have a bunch of short flights, or they have a good number of short flight routes, once I accept, and I see that, and I'm able to do, my little hops that I like to do, which is basically turnaround flights. Or stopover flight, whatever you want to call them. I'm able to chain the A320 doing that, then yeah, I'll probably switch this to the flight target because I'm going to get more money for my bonus. So I complete 10 flights in a week, I'll receive 25% bonus of the salary. So, basically what that means is I can get the CRJ, the 777, and the E-Jets as soon as they're ready. Boom, boom, boom. And more likely I can stay with Scandinavian. But also buying those licenses for those aircraft are going to open up a big time world for me, and they're going to open me up to other carriers. So right now I'm just doing hours, 10% pay bonus or whatever. That's fine. So basically, with me making $35 an hour, I'm going to be making an extra $3.50 an hour once this is hit. Which normally I can hit that in one flight, and I probably will hit it off my first flight because I'm still sitting down in Greece, in Athens. So I probably will if they have me go up to like Schiphol, Helsinki, Oslo, any one of those places. That's going to be definitely a 5-hour trip. There ain't no two ways about it. So let's sign our contract. We are with Scandinavian. They're saying I'm a junior first officer, full time. I have signed as of today. 35 weekly payout. The employer reimburses the employee of any expense, including travel, food, lodging, or other. Yep. I can't. I can't have partial ownership. Boo. But effective for 7 days. That I am purely locked to them. But I'm going to show you guys something on the dashboard. And this is the reason I can change my contract type if I want. I can go in here to current contract. Change contract type. Oh, okay. So I can basically make it after 7 days. So if I see, like right now, if I have. So basically, if I don't get any good offers or I don't like any of the offers, the automatic offers that it generates for me after 7 days, I can always go back in and renegotiate my contract with them. But let's look at the schedule. Let me see if they have any short hauls. Continuous rent from LGAV. Generate. Okay, so they can't do that. Let's do medium hauls. So this is the medium hauls. I don't think they have any long hauls, do they? Not with that family of aircraft. So it's medium. I am. Oh, actually, let me take this out. They do have long hauls in the 21 Neos. So I can go from Copenhagen to JFK. Copenhagen again. To Toronto. Toronto to Stockholm. Stockholm back to Toronto. Toronto back to Copenhagen. God bless. This is what I mean. I can make up the 5 hours very quickly. Let me see short hauls. So they do have short hauls on the 20 to 19. Okay. So, like my next schedule, if I want to, because I have to take a medium haul out of Athens, unfortunately, because that's where I'm located. Right now, I think it even says current position is Athens. Wait. I'm all the way down here. Okay, so yeah, then it doesn't matter. So I'm a buffoon. I forgot I did the event. That's another thing too. If you guys want to see me do some of these events, let me know down in the comment section below. Give it a thumbs up. Just say, hey, we want to see the events as well. But otherwise, I'm not going to do it. So basically, where my series laughed off, which you guys laughed off. English hard this morning. Left off is in Athens, Greece, and that's where we're going to pick up Scandinavia from. So what I'm going to do, random continuous trip. I'm going to have all three checked for the time being. LGAV, which is Athens, Greece. And it looks like I'm just strictly flying the Neo. Exception of this last flight. I'm just taking a look at my time frames. What? Wait, what? I got Schiphol to Copenhagen? Really? Are they? One's Denmark, one's Netherlands. Never mind. Yeah, okay. They are that far apart. For some reason, I thought these two were very close together. Don't know why. Or it might be, because that's just saying an hour and 25. So that might be like a 40 minute flight. So yeah, they might be closer than what I'm thinking. So we got Athens to Copenhagen. Whoa, high short ones. I like Aldeborg or Aalborg. Aalborg to Copenhagen. So we just fly around Denmark for a little bit. Little 20-minute flights. Thank you. Have a nice day. Probably going no higher than probably right above sea level or pressure level or whatever it is. I'm not in the mode of thinking this morning. Then Copenhagen down to Milan. Milan back up to Sweden. And then Sweden all the way down to Costa del Sol Airport. What? Is that on one of the islands of Spain? Near the Gibraltar Strait? So I got two medium haul. I got 1, 2, 3 medium hauls and then a whole bunch of shorts. Which, to be honest, I'm not mad at, because now this actually allows me. Let me just regenerate. I want to try to get the 737 in there. Or I just get a shit ton of short flights. Oslo to yeah, so I am gonna try to get me some airports here. I already know I have whatchamacallit here. Heathrow. I might get me some Swedish, Norway, and some of those airports up there. Actually, I might see if they have a Copenhagen or a Schiphol. The reason why I'm refreshing is because I'll be honest with you guys. I'm trying to get some of the field airports in there. There's Brussels. Helsinki. Turin. Oh, well, we got Dusseldorf. I'm looking for EDDS or EDDF or LPPT. But I don't think they go down into Lisbon. Could be wrong. I might need to uncheck the short, maybe. Innsbruck. Oh, there we are. There's one. Copenhagen to Frankfurt. There we go. Frankfurt back to Copenhagen. Okay. We can take this. Copenhagen down. I need to find out where that is. LEMG? Is that what I'm looking for? Yes. Okay, so. Oh, it's like the one right next to Gibraltar. It's the city next to Gibraltar. Makes sense. Whoa. Hi. Great North. So we go from here to here. Down to here. Back. Then here to here. Up to here. So it looks like I'm going to be based out of Copenhagen. Okay, cool. Let's accept the schedule. Schedule has been accepted. So I'll see y'all later. I'm going to try to get some scenery for Copenhagen since I'm going to be out of there a ton apparently. I might look for Stockholm as well. I also might look for Innsbruck. I think Innsbruck came out not too long ago. So let me go out there and find. I'll talk to y'all later. The next video will be from Athens to Copenhagen. I hope y'all come along with me on that trip. It might be one of the few times I fly. Apparently, I'm going to be flying the fly-by-wire a lot, it looks like. And it is what it is. I mean, I can always switch it over to the A320 itself and fly the Phoenix. Like I said, I'm going to be doing that probably more likely until the AnyBuilds comes out. And then I'm going to try the AnyBuilds for a couple flights. And I definitely do have a couple of flights I can try it out on. Needless to say. But yeah. See y'all later.